Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Last Stand Gamers, and welcome. So today we're back in Medieval Engineers to build a castle. Now remember, we're still in pre-release, pre-alpha sort of footage here, so you're going to see some problems every now and then, but there's nothing really to worry about because it's ever being developed and evolved. Now I thought we'd start off by having a look at the castle that you may have all saw from the trailer. Now we're going to have a tour of this today and have a look. Now this is the final stage that the castle was left in when it was done in full construction. The only thing that is missing is the windmill, because that sort of technology is still under construction at the moment and being ever developed. So let's actually go to the main gate and have a look around. Now first off, you're presented with these two large sort of castle, sort of turret gateways, and you've got these arch bridgeways. Now if you remember the early form, they had this little bit of a rope that had to pull all the materials up, and that's something really to take into consideration when you're building your castle for maybe a later survival build, is you'd have to take into consideration how you'd haul all your supplies into your castle and still keep it safe. Would you have a simple winch that goes over the side of the wall, or would you have something more complicated? I mean, if you had to get a lot of supplies up into this castle, you'd definitely have to build some sort of cart system or something to pull all the supplies up the hill. So if we quickly go in here, you will actually be able to see the gatehouse, and you can see that the winches are there. Currently not operational, but it soon will be, I believe. So if we head down into here, you can see we've got the main area pulling all the supplies up into this like primary storage area for supplies. So imagine you're not going to be able to stuff a load of these logs in your inventory. You're going to have to haul each one of them up. Now I'm still quite excited to wonder what they'll do with all the supplies. Like, will you start with a basic log and will you have to build some sort of tool to cut it into planks and so on? And then you've also got different sorts of chests to store supplies, I guess, and you've got barrels that'll probably store other sorts of material as well. But it's going to be very exciting indeed. So let's head up here. So that's one of the main entrance ways, but if we go through here, you can actually see access to a smaller little room. You may have noticed I've cut some areas out, and that is just purely for access for me, so I can just drift around a lot faster as I'm showing you around this place. So we've got one of the turrets of the castle here, one of the main ones that you see get destroyed by the catapult over there, but it could just be amazing. I mean, I don't know what sort of weapons they've got planned for something like this, but I mean, just standing up here with archers firing down would be amazing if that would be possible. And if we head back down here, you can actually see one of the main work areas, and here is where the windmill would have been, but you see it's been disabled and taken out for the moment. So we can actually head into this little room, shall we? We'll cut out a hole, or we'll just look through the window. You can see we've got some chairs and stationery that's not yet been textured, and we've also got a bed and a box, but there's a lot of other things to show you just yet. So let's head into the main bulk of the castle. So we've got a floating object here. This is because I deleted this wall, but it's as simple as Control X like before. Now this is the castle's main storage sort of room. When I originally looked at this on the trailer, I thought it would have been some sort of, you know, wine or some sort of fancy pants thing, but I think this is a more of a legit storage area where these supplies would actually be needed to maintain and build the castle. Like, I don't know what exactly you would store in these barrels, but it'd be quite interesting to see maybe some sort of stone powder components. I don't know. I think these stones are individually cut in the sort of old-fashioned way. Let's go up a few floors. So on this next floor we have sort of a barracks. It looks like we've got a few beds here, and we had a few tables here, but I took these out so I could drift past them without nudging into them. And then we've got some more ways up to the roof here, but we'll go back up the same area that I've cut out for ease of access. And that could be a problem. We've tipped over one of the candle racks, and this is where the actual throne room was. So the castle, the actual main seat was sitting here, and you could have built your own little throne room. We've got this area with flags up behind it. Now, in the trailer as well, the flags change colour, so I was wondering maybe you could have your own sort of faction flag up. I don't know. It would be a cool sort of concept anyway, but you can see them that they changed to red on the trailer. And if we head back up to the next floor, we'll go to the next area. That is one of the rooftops, but let's just actually go straight out through the place. So I've got a little hole here, and we're on the roof now, so you can see down into the courtyard and all the other areas where the windmill was, and the three main turrets of the castle. So it's pretty damn cool. Now, you're probably all wondering where that secret passageway was on the trailer. What turret actually took you down to that? Well, this little turret here, hidden away at the back. Secret passage's entrance is just over there. We'll go down and I'll show you exactly. So I've cut out the stairway here just for me to drop down easy, so I can drop down there. And we've got some more logs, more supplies, maybe something that you could grab on your escape if your castle's under raid. So you've got barrels there. I mean, it's just so cool, the things you can do with these barrels. I mean, if you have to give them a good nudging, you can also roll them down the areas as well. So we copy one and drop it and let it roll down there. Oh, look at that. Imagine if that was a barrel filled of explosive. That'd be really cool. And now I think we've made a bit of a blockage through this area. So we've got the little cavern here where there's been some mining, maybe excavation for the rocks with a ladder going down into it. So this area could have been excavated out, used to build the castle up above. So let's continue on. So once again, we've got some black beams that have not yet been textured and finished, but nothing to worry about. Let's head on through here. Let's get our feet on, actually, and walk through this area. So that is the tour from the castle from the trailer. Now, I don't know if you've seen the environment around it, but it looks absolutely beautiful. And with the grass turned on, it's even more stunning. It looks like it's some sort of wintry morning. The sun's not just risen above the horizon yet, but it looks amazing. You could build castles all over this landscape. There's just so many perfect points. I was thinking about building one over on that next mountain ridge over there as well, or maybe one off just in the forest as a small sort of fort, but I'm not too sure. I'm going to get building anyway, and hopefully you enjoyed this little tour of the castle from the trailer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.